Hi guys, I'm Christina.
And I'm Ray.
And we want to talk a little bit about role rotation, or also called switching, depending where you are. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story about that. I started dancing in Switzerland. I started as a follower, just in like the more, let's say, traditional role, based on my gender. And very soon, because the style was also still very young, bachata didn't exist yet for much time. We were like 70 people in the whole country when I started. So that's really small scene. And we also didn't have good teachers yet, or not that many at least. And very often I would notice I go to a festival and I've been explained by, for example, Korka and Judith or Marco and Sara or whomever, how to do a move technically correct and feeling nice. And then suddenly people just don't do that and they hurt me or make me feel uncomfortable. And I always said like, hey, can you please like lead that correctly or whatever, like instead of like pushing my forehead like a button, lead me this movement to go down, okay? And they would just say like, no, that's just how it is, accept it. I'm like, no, I don't accept this. And it reached a point where I was just like, you know what, if you don't believe me that this can be led properly, watch me. So I started leading, and I just enjoyed it because it made me be able to dance with different people, dance with everybody in the room. As I started teaching, I could teach by myself because I cover both roles equally valid and quality. And also, I could understand both of my students. Like, otherwise, how would I understand how my leaders have to feel and what they have to do? And at some point, I met this other girl in Switzerland that she also danced both roles. And at the time, we would usually just ask like, hey, do you want to lead this dance? Do I want to lead this dance? And at some point, we started playing around. So before role rotation became this big brand that it is now today, mostly known in the world, we already did, for example, some workshops where we would teach together and then maybe either stay in a role and then just do in the demo like a couple switches and be like, hey, how many times do you notice that we switched within the dance? And it's not, you know, any kind of advised or that we planned or choreographed. It's just a natural thing of like, we're using, for example, bolero movements or another kind of movement to take over and switch the role and then adapt. And it's a really fun way to play around with. And it really took off for me to start switching or change the roles within dancing when I came to Barcelona. And I think after half a year, Suri was creating her first Include Dance event where she invited me to be one of the artists and teach at her event. And since then, the scene in Barcelona has changed as well. When I came here, I saw a lot of people dancing in either role. So I saw men dancing as followers, I saw some women dancing as leaders, but I did not switch within the dance. They did not yet do role rotation or knew what it was. And we have definitely changed the scene in Barcelona, and then also more and more a couple other places in the world, like in the States or something, where we went to teach role rotation or changing of roles based on bachate's sensual methodologies. And it's a really great impact that we could see how many people just got more fun with it. Just one thing to notice, and please people take notes. Just because you can dance both roles doesn't mean you always want to. So always ask for consent. Instead of being like, hey, bailas, do you want to dance? Just be like, hey, do you want to lead? Do you want to follow? Do you want to role rotate or switch? Just quickly ask.
And also not just like assuming that you could just switch in the middle of a dance. Like it's all about consent and it having a free space, right? So I know that we've been talking about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
So how about we show you what we mean by switching roles? We have a little tutorial for you, so stay tuned.
let's go.
Hi guys, I'm Christina.
And I'm Ray.
And we're gonna give you an easy role rotation tutorial. So we're gonna use two of our methods. One is called use of momentum. So we continue the same movement, but switching the lead within. The second one is just a transfer of energy. So I'm gonna be leading and then I will let go of leader energy. I relax and offer for Ray to take over as leader. Yes? How does that look like? So Ray's gonna start as a leader. I'm gonna start as a follower for now. We start with a basic. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Prep, rompe, delante. And 1, 2, 3. Completo. 5, 6. And now on 7, I start taking over in the same movement as a leader now, raise my follower immediately and just go into media, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, manton, and 1, 2, 3. Still leading, and now I don't want to lead anymore, so I relax. 5, 6, and leader Ray takes over, and 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Try it at home. By the way, if you're not yet a member of VdanceClub, I highly recommend. It's an online dance school with classes about salsa, bachata, kizomba, and souk. You have styling, you have partner work, and you can practice the pre-recorded classes from anywhere in the world. So there's a link in the description. Check it out and subscribe. Become part of the family.